Welcome to the Bookworm Duo, where we explore a variety of books. Let's get started. We are launching into a deep dive today on All the Ways You Save Me. Now, this is a novel that really grabs you. It takes that familiar first love story
Right.
and just completely fractures it with this awful tragedy, but then somehow it rebuilds it like a decade later.
Yeah.
So our mission today is really to follow that thread across the two timelines, the past, which is just heartbreaking, and then this almost impossible present. We want to understand the sacrifice, the betrayal, all of it.
It's such a great pick for a deep dive because the whole thing, it really hangs on this idea of non-closure, doesn't it? It's part romance, sure, but it's also a full-blown mystery.
Definitely.
We start with Madeline, and she's basically been stuck for 10 years, just frozen by losing Adam, her high school boyfriend, and she can't move on.
And you find out why pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. Because the universe is about to drop a bomb on her.
Yeah.
The very event that defined her whole adult life, it was all built on a lie, a really deliberate, painful one.
And you feel that intensity right away in the present-day scenes. She's trying to live her life 10 years on, but bam, she has this terrifying panic attack in the ocean at Sandy Harbor.
The water.
Exactly. The cold water just triggers this awful flashback to that winter night. She's literally drowning in the memory, saying, Adam, and then the stranger pulls her out.
That rescue is key. It sets up everything that follows.
Absolutely. But that panic attack, it's like the linchpin, right? To really get why that moment is so huge, we need to rewind.
We have to go back 10 years, yeah, to where it all started to unravel.
Okay, let's unpack that 10 years ago timeline. So Madeline's the new kid at Maple Ridge High.
Right.
And her connection with Adam, it's instant. That first scene where she almost runs him over in the parking lot.
Huh, yeah. Classic meet cute gone slightly wrong.
But instead of being annoyed, there's just this spark.
Mhm.
His eyes, that whole warm current feeling she gets. He uses all the cheesy lines, but somehow.
It works on her. She finds it charming. But what's really vital to understand about Adam, even then, is how incredibly vulnerable his situation is.
Yeah, he's carrying a lot.
A ton. His mom died young. His dad just died from cirrhosis. He's got basically nothing, no safety net. He's completely dependent on his best friend, Jason.
Jason, the rich kid, son of the corporate lawyer.
Exactly. Jason lets him crash in their basement, which is, a lifesaver for Adam.
Yeah.
But it highlights this huge gap between him and Madeline. She's all AP classes planning for top colleges.
And Adam's future is looking like, well, working as a mechanic, he's got the skills, but no funds for anything else.
And that contrast creates this immediate, intense pressure on him. He wants a future with Madeline, desperately.
But he can't see how to bridge that gap financially. Being a mechanic just isn't going to cut it, not in the way he imagines needing it to.
And this is where Jason steps in. He seems like the good friend, right? Helping Adam out. But then he offers Adam this side job.
The mystery job.
Yeah, delivering packages for some company called SciTech Electronic Systems. The whole thing is shady from the start. Huge payments, always cash, very secretive.
And Adam keeps it totally hidden from Madeline.
He convinces himself it's the only way. This fast cash is his ticket, his way to build that stable life he thinks she needs, that he needs to give her. He's trying to be the provider, but he's walking straight into something dangerous.
Which leads directly to the absolute worst night. The climax of that past timeline. It's freezing, sleet, ice pellets, just miserable weather.
Awful conditions.
And Adam's Bronco, his vintage Ford Bronco, is found. It's plunged into the icy river at the Overlook.
The Overlook, where they had their first kiss.
Yeah.
The irony is just brutal.
It's gut-wrenching, and Madeline sees it happen or sees the car go in, and she just dives right into that freezing water. No hesitation.
And Jason's there. He pulls her out, tells her the current's too dangerous, makes her run to call for help.
Right, and when the rescuers get there, they find the Bronco, the doors open. But no Adam.
Nobody. The official story becomes swept away and drowned.
And that lack of a body, that's the hook. It leaves this tiny, impossible sliver of hope for Madeline that just paralyzes her. For 10 years.
10 years. Fast forward. Madeline's back at Maple Ridge High, but now she's a teacher there.
Living right amongst all those ghosts. The parking lot, the hallways. It's intense.
And the final twist of that self-imposed prison, she's engaged to Jason.
Adam's best friend. The guy who was supposedly the last one to see him alive, who pulled her from the water. It's claustrophobic.
She built this whole life around proximity to that tragedy, basically.
Yeah.
But then the universe just lobs this grenade into the middle of it all.
They have social media video.
Yeah. She's just like clearing her desk, maybe scrolling on her phone, and sees this live stream. Some college kid, Tyler B. Lai, filming a surfer saving some kids down at Sandy Harbor.
And this surfer.
Despite the distance, the video quality, he looks exactly like Adam.
It's impossible, but it's undeniable to her.
It's enough.
Yeah.
It completely shatters that fragile piece she'd built.
And her reaction is immediate, no hesitation again. She DMs the streamer, finds out the location is Sandy Harbor.
And then she does it.
She breaks off the engagement, just like that, tells Jason it's over. She chooses this insane, maybe delusional quest for a ghost over 10 years of, well, familiarity and supposed security.
Can you imagine Jason's reaction?
Oh, he's furious, calls her crazy, unhinged, accuses her of throwing their future away chasing literally Adam's ghost.
But she doesn't care. Something inside her has shifted. She has to know.
So she goes to Sandy Harbor, and almost poetically, the ocean triggers another massive panic attack. The water again?
Full circle.
And guess who rescues her this time?
The surfer. Garrett.
Garrett. Dark hair, those same unforgettable aquamarine eyes, a voice that just echoes Adam's in her memory. He's a local carpenter, and he's a dead ringer for Adam.
Okay, so now she's there. She's seen him up close. What's the next move?
She commits completely. Gets a job bartending at a local place, Hudson's Bar, rents a little cottage nearby.
And surprise, surprise.
The cottage. Garrett built it, and he lives next door.
Of course he does. The proximity is just electric.
It's totally explosive. The chemistry is still there, maybe even stronger. She's telling herself she's falling for Garrett, this carpenter, not Adam the memory. But every look, every accidental touch, it's all tangled up.
And that tension has to break eventually.
It does. It leads to this incredibly intense kiss. And that kiss basically confirms it for both of them. This connection is real, it's powerful, it hasn't faded.
But you can't build something new on secrets like that. The past is just looming too large.
Exactly. And finally, Garrett breaks. He tells her everything.
The big reveal.
He is Adam.
Wow. Just lays it all out.
Yeah. The sci-tech deliveries weren't electronics parts. It was drugs. Cocaine. Run by this guy, Waylon, who happens to be Jason's boss.
Jason's boss. Okay, the plot thickens.
Massively. Apparently a huge shipment got stolen, worth almost $1 million, and Waylon threatened to kill Adam to make an example out of him.
So Adam faked his death.
That was his solution. He pushed the empty Bronco over the cliff that night. While Madeline was diving into the water, he climbed out upstream along the rocks and just disappeared. Created a new identity as Garrett to protect her and Jason from Waylon.
Okay, hold on. His rationale is sacrifice. He did it for them.
That's his claim. Pure sacrifice. To save their lives.
Which is, I mean, it's huge. A monumental thing to do. But on the flip side, he let her grieve for 10 years. He put her through unimaginable pain and basically froze her life.
It's an impossible moral equation, and it immediately casts Jason in an even worse light, right? Adam confirms Jason knew about the drugs.
Knew about the trafficking, okay. But the huge question is still hanging there. Did Jason know Adam was alive all this time? Or did he genuinely believe his best friend died that night?
That question drives the whole next part of the story. It shifts from romance and mystery to, well, to a quest for justice. Madeline starts putting the pieces together from that night.
Little details suddenly seem important.
Crucial. She remembers Jason telling her to run and call 911. But his phone was working. He could have called right there. He claimed the current was too strong to save Adam.
But he never actually went in after him, did he?
No, he faked the search attempt. He manufactured that whole narrative to cover something, his own involvement.
That realization must be devastating. Finding out the man she was about to marry, who comforted her for a decade, was lying from the very beginning.
It fuels everything. Adam wants her to leave, get somewhere safe. Now that the truth is out, he's worried about Waylon. But she refuses.
She's in it now.
All the way. They realize Waylon's still operating back in Maple Ridge, and Jason is still involved, maybe trapped, maybe willingly complicit. They need proof.
How do they get it?
Madeline steals Jason's key card to Waylon's company, SciTech. They break into the office.
Risky.
Very. And what they find, it's the smoking gun. And it's so personal. It's Jason's old AP Calculus notebook.
His high school notebook. What's in it?
Not calculus problems. It's filled with calculations. Figuring out the value of the stolen cocaine. The $950,000 shipment.
No way, so Jason.
And they find bank receipts, showing huge cash deposits Jason started making right after Adam died.
Oh my God. Jason didn't just cover for Waylon, he stole the drugs himself.
He stole the drugs, let Adam take the fall, let him fake his death, thinking he was protecting Jason too. And then Jason spent 10 years building a life, getting rich off that stolen money, all while comforting Madeline.
That's next level betrayal. Beyond anything.
The final confrontation is intense. Madeline wears a wire. She confronts Jason, gets him talking, gets him to admit the lies, the theft, the whole decade-long deception.
And then Adam shows up.
And then Adam walks in. As Adam, not Garrett, the look on Jason's face, seeing his dead best friend, knowing everything is exposed, he just completely breaks down. His entire world, built on lies and betrayal, just shattered.
Wow. Wow.
That's
heavy. So how does it end? Do they get their happy ending?
The epilogue gives you that deep breath you need after all the tension. They go back to Sandy Harbor. Madeline actually gets the English teacher job at the high school there, kind of coming full circle in a healthy way.
A fresh start.
A real fresh start. They build a community. Friends like Chloe, Ian, Ellery, Josie are mentioned. And then Garrett Adam proposes.
He does.
With this perfect ring, an emerald-cut diamond, but it's flanked by aquamarines.
His eye color.
Exactly. The color that started it all. It's the symbol of that second chance they fought so hard for, built on truth this time.
What a roller coaster. That story just layers deception on top of sacrifice, on top of this unstoppable first love. It really makes you think about the weight of secrets.
Absolutely. Building a life on a lie. The psychological toll on everyone involved is immense.
And I think the key takeaway here isn't just the twist of he's alive. It's really digging into the why. Why did Adam run? Why did Jason lie so profoundly? And why couldn't Madeline let go even before she knew the truth? It shows how what we take as fact, like a death, can actually mask this huge conspiracy hiding in plain sight.
That contrast between Adam's sacrifice, however flawed, and Jason's pure opportunism is stark. Adam gave up his life out of, well, a twisted sense of love and protection. Jason used his friend's supposed death for money.
It really forces you to think about how people react under extreme pressure, what drives them.
So here's something to chew on. Think about Jason's decade of lies. He got wealth, comfort, even Madeline's affection, all built on Adam's death. When do you think Jason truly trapped himself? Was it the moment he decided to steal those drugs? Or was it every single day after that when he chose not to correct the story, chose not to reveal Adam was alive, assuming he even knew? Which lie sealed his fate?
That's a tough one. The initial act or the long deception, both are pretty damning.
Definitely something to ponder. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe for more bookish adventures and hit that like button if you enjoyed the ride. Don't forget to share the knowledge. Spread the word.